My lips cracked and covered in sand. I strode valiantly toward my destiny, and wondered how long I'd be below. That intro changes every time you boot this up. Sometimes he mentions, I thought of her being unspecified, or I recalled my father's last words. It's like, do you even know why you're down here, brah? Okay. Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Spelunky! This is the quintessential roguelike that just started off the popularity of this genre in general. Developed by Mossmouth and designed by Derek Yu, available on Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Vita, and Chrome OS. Cool beans. Okay. Now, this is gonna be a one-off because I actually tried to do a series on this when I was first starting out, and it kind of drove me insane because, you know, random elements, you're always brought back to zero each time. It's just hard. So, I can still do like a 3-run showed-off quick thing, yeah? I love the ninja. I don't gotta explain it. Okay, so the main appeal of the roguelike is that it's random each time you play it. So, I'm going into a new labyrinth each time. There are like a few patterns you pick up on with repetition, but generally you don't know what's gonna happen. And you always start with 4 bombs and 4 ropes and nothing else. Like, you're always brought back to 0 every time you die. But if you're lucky, you can unlock these shortcuts here, but I actually advise against them for the most part, because you kind of need the money from previous sections to buy the good stuff to survive the later portions, most of the time. So, walls are shifty. Okay, so, I'm gonna try to do 3 runs. However they end up, I'm gonna call that an episode, and I'm gonna call that the series. And then I'm just gonna encourage you guys to go try it out, because it is fun. It's just skill-based, lovely stuff. I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to explain too many of the elements, because I tried doing that as well. It didn't end well. The other thing is, like, it's hard to show off the different random events that can happen. Because you have to keep reloading the game, and it's only when it's like the game can read your mind. It'll bring them in when it knows you'll be screwed by them, but when you want to see them, bad chance. So there are ways to heal. Yeah, you just stop dying, Sam. Generally, you have to rescue a damsel and bring them back to the exit for that to happen. And the damsel, as you said, it can either be a busty dame, a male stripper, or this cross-eyed weird pug thing. And I just set it to randomize to all 3, because... There's one. Oh, this is ridiculous. You pick them up and the stars are on their head for one, but you can also just toss them at things like a friendship missile. You gotta keep an eye on them though, because you leave them on their own, they'll start running around on their lonesome, and they can end up falling in a spike pit and dying. Do not treat your spouse like a projectile though. That is not a realistic response. Yeah, this game's got the very tongue-in-cheek humor going, but I don't know, it's just endearing. Not the abuse part, no. The other parts. Generally, it's worth it to have an item on hand so you can trigger dart traps. Okay, pro tip. Don't piss this guy off unless you get some real skills, because he will just blow you away, and his friends will chase you down for the rest of the game, for the rest of that run. Okay, I'm gonna get climbing gloves and spike shoes. So climbing gloves allow me to Spider-Man like this, And spike shoes allow me to get the drop on enemies and end most of them instantly. Except for the ones with more health. But I'm in the first zone, shouldn't matter too much. You can also get like jetpacks and cool stuff like shotguns and pickaxes to mow through the walls. Or you could find them in those random crates. Oh, it's an abundance of stuff here. So the crates always give you cool items. I'm gonna trigger that dart trap with a rope. Ropes you can climb up generally. If you ever... They just stick in midair and you can climb them up. No problem. The chests are usually gold, but sometimes they contain a bomb. Most risky of all, though, are the pots. Always throw them against a wall if you see them. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. Because they tend to contain snakes and spiders and the like. But possibly gems. Whoa, that was close. Arrows do 2 points of damage, so yeah, that was almost one run right there. I'm gonna get all the gold I can here. In fact, I might go back up and get more bombs. Bombs is important. You gotta have a lot of bombs, especially in the later portions of the game. Yeah, there we go. But you can't collect everything, because if you take too long, roughly 2 minutes, a ghost appears. And he's giant and he phases through the walls and comes after you. Very slowly, but still, if he catches you, he kills you instantly, and you can corner yourself if you're not careful. A chill just ran down my spine, so he's coming, actually. I'm gonna pick this up, because I can. Boulder trap. Traps for the foolish and the greedy. But I am foolish, greedy, and experienced. That's the difference. And if you bring this back, hella money. Alright. Yay. Ooh. Scorpions take 2 hits to kill. 2 good lethal hits. And the giant spiders... Oh, did I mention? You can walk through the spikes, you just can't land on them. So I'm gonna try to... There we go. Okay. I'm gonna try to lob a bomb in the web without getting below it. Because if you pick up that paste, you get sticky bombs. Yay! Yes. And this key goes to a chest, which allows me to access the black market in... Well, no. It's like... The key goes to the chest, it gives me an eye that lets me see gems and walls, and then blinks when I get to in a game of hot and cold when you're in a forest section. And if you follow it to its source, then you get to see the black market, which has a lot of cool upgrades and stuff. And that's also key to unlocking a lot of things, really. Real quick. Yes. Let's explore this just briefly. Always like 2 across is the bomb explosion. And 1 on the diagonals. Sacrifice! Hey! Sacrifice. So, Kali likes when you sacrifice damsels. She gives you stuff for it. You can sacrifice like shopkeepers and enemy NPCs as well. The ones with the big health that you can pick up and throw on the altar. But she really wants that innocent blood, yo. Dark goddesses have needs. Okay. Yeah, I know that's kind of evil what I did there, but, you know, after enough time escorting these brainless things that run headlong into spikes, you just stop caring. Yes, shotgun shoot burrito. Actually think I might just call this run an episode, because I'm doing pretty well and I'm showing off a lot of stuff. Okay, so it's like, it goes mines, jungle, forest, well, I'm gonna just say jungle, because it's both a jungle and a forest. They couldn't decide what they were doing with it. Yeah. So it's mines, forest, ice world, temple, and then you face the final boss. At least in the main run. There's also a bunch of secret areas, and, like, speed runs, gold runs, things you can do, and is that a jetpack? Okay, that's worth murdering you. I may come to regret that later, but I mean, hey. With this combo, I'm pretty much God. I can even out-juke the ghost with the jetpack. It's pretty sweet. Oh, I don't even need money now because the shops are forever closed off to me by my actions. Well, I can still take the stuff. I just have to deal with a shotgun-wielding maniac who will call me a terrorist every now. And you stop caring about the shopkeeper as well, because he is just looking for an excuse to get into a fight with you, man. Like, if an enemy happens to hit him, he'll blame you. If a boulder trap happens to land in his shop, he'll blame you. If, like, fucking, I know, one time I landed on a bomb frog, and it landed in his shop, and he killed me for it. And it's like, I didn't make the frog explosive. I wouldn't have made gravity have it land in your shop, man. You overestimate my abilities as a mortal, a human being here. I'm gonna leave the shotgun so I can see if I can get a damsel before time runs out. This is actually a ridiculously good run, even if I am about to die. Because if I can turn that around, I'm pretty much set for life. You know what? Yeah. However this ends up, I'm just gonna call it an episode. Oh, so many crates. So many crates. If Crash Bandicoot has taught me anything, is that crates is good stuff. Okay, yeah, more bombs. More bombs is always nice in this game. Yeah, it's in these tight little spaces that the ghost can get you most. The ghost with the most. Okay. So, oh no, Dark Zone. Now I gotta lug this torch with me everywhere. And there's still an angry shopkeep out for my blood. I think I may not have planned this very well. Who knew unmitigated bloodlust had consequences? They don't tell you these things. Oh, here especially you do need bombs, because sometimes it has an annoying habit of spawning the tiki spike traps right where you need to go. And if you're out of bombs, you can't get rid of it, and you're shit out of luck. And I'm dying right now. Most of the weak grunts you can jump on without the need for the spike shoes, but for those dudes, I especially want. I'm gonna see if I can sticky bomb him, because I left my shotgun on the upper level because I need this torch, because that's the shtick. Ah! Blind fire for the win! Who needs skill? Luck is on my side. If I die right now, I totally deserve it. Okay. I can't remember how to get back up. The jetpack regenerates when you're on the ground, but if you pump it too much, you will run out of fuel, so I'm trying to be careful. Where is... there you are. Blends in with the dark. Not good. Oh! And see, that right there is the bane of your existence. Overconfidence. Ah, well. So, yeah, that's Spelunky. Let me just think if there's anything more I want to say about it. Well, there's plenty to say about this game, but there are a lot of different characters you can unlock, like a pirate queen, a yin-yang dude, Vikings, and all sorts of goofy, wacky caricature-ish stuff. This is just a great little casual game. It's endlessly replayable, which is, of course, the advantage of roguelikes. The original PC version is much different from this. Like, the console version tends to be a lot more condensed. But, it's still the same basic core goodness. And I would highly recommend it, because, it's just stupid, cathartic fun, and surprisingly skill-based for the brevity of action that tends to take place. I still don't have all the achievements. Trying to get to hell is hell itself, actually. So I guess I'll just leave the secrets for your playthrough then, because you know what? You'll have an easier time playing it than I will trying to make a series out of it. So, yeah, just a fun little casual game, worth a shout out. Next time, next Tuesday, I'm gonna start Rogue Legacy, which was inspired a lot by Demon Souls, this game, and Shovel Knight. So, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.